You know, sometimes in certain stories, I hate hearing about social issues. Why, you ask? Let's talk about it. Sometimes writers use very strange metaphors. I saw someone on here talking about how a classic example is how modern X-Men stories are used as a metaphor for oppression and discrimination. But I think this is strange because, X-Men are literal demigods compared to the average person. They are objectively dangerous. We can say the same for the White Martian versus Green Martian situation in DC. The White Martians are literally monstrous savages. This doesn't hold up very well as a metaphor, though I love these stories. I think this particular point would hit better if it was something as simple as them having three eyes like the Mystarian Metaphor Fantasio, or using technology like the Al Bhed in Final Fantasy X. And another thing that bothers me sometimes is stories that are written to make important points about society present the hierarchies, the actual conditions in the situation incredibly incorrectly. To Kill a Mockingbird is probably my favorite example of this. Now, I'm obviously not the target audience of this book, but even from the beginning, it just felt so fake. Why are the people so nice? And I understand that this book may function as like a propaganda pamphlet to explain in layman's terms to other demographics what was going on during the Jim Crow era, but it's just not for me. I don't really care to hear things from the perspective of a child. Like, be for real. I don't really believe that Jim, Scout, and Atticus would have had any sympathy for Tom Robinson. That's not very realistic. And honestly, I would argue that the author was mixing up the attitudes of the current time, the 1960s, and the time period the novel was supposed to be set in, the 1930s, because the 1930s was like literally Mad Max. And the concept of them even going to trial is just asinine. This is probably something that I'll always struggle with. I think it's technically important for these types of stories to be told, but the way they're told matters just as much. If you don't present the facts or present things in a realistic way, you're probably not helping us move forward as a society like you're attempting to. This is why I think we shouldn't shame people for making things like generic shonen or isekai, because they can touch the world and make people happy, but they're not misleading people,